We tend to think that every decision we make in our lives, we make consciously, that nothing influences us when making a choice. We are in control of our lives. We take the reins, and that we are responsible for the good things and the bad things, our effect on the environment, and our influence on other people. But what would you say if I told you that this is not entirely true? That you are not in control of your life, but rather a spectator. That each decision you have made was guided by external factors and not by your own decision making. This is in relativity to the butterfly effect, as explained as a small variation at the beginning of an event that could trigger a different result. For example, the fact that you are watching this video today and not another is a result of different events. If you had not decided to enter YouTube and discover this channel or video, you'd be doing something else entirely. Was it your decision to watch this video, or is it just an outcome of events? Of course, we would like to think that we have full control over our decisions, but do we really? There have been several experiments that try to test the free will in decision making, like the Benjamin Libet experiment. This neuroscientist tried to test the illusion of free will that exists in our minds. The participants of this experiment were asked to move their fingers or arms without any previous notification or warning, as in pure spontaneous reaction. This way, it could be measured the exact moment when a decision was made. It is assumed that the reaction time from our brain to our body is instant. The participants had electrodes placed on their hands to measure electrical signals, but what they discovered was surprising to say the least. The brains of the participants began to react to the movement before the movement even occurred. It seemed that the brain had already made the decision to move the hands before the participant was aware of it. This experiment showed that the decision-making in our brains go beyond rationality, that our brains make decisions even before we realize them, in a non-conscious manner. This is called dominant intuitions. We tend to believe that we have full control over our bodies, but the reality is our conscious self is not the only part of us. If when you were little and you fell from a great height, you might not remember this event that emotionally predisposed you to fear heights. The simple action of climbing a ladder or taking an elevator to the top floor of a skyscraper may be too frightening. These would not be rational or conscious decisions, but rather they would be unconscious responses. Perhaps at the age of 2, you felt happiness playing with a blue-colored toy, and the fondness for that color persuaded you to buy a blue shirt, maybe not fully understanding why you like the color so much. And so most of the decisions we make are influenced by external factors, past memories, or even environmental influences. If the universe is all cause and effect, everything that happens in it could be predetermined. For example, if we had a computer powerful enough to predict and measure the development of our universe, we could predict everything that happens in it, from the emergence of the first atom up until the very moment you discovered this video. So if we can't predict all of this, do we really have full control over our decisions? One of the most interesting cases on this subject is that of Charles Whitman. This man went up to the top floor of the University of Texas and started shooting and killing people, ending with him taking his own life. In his suicide note, he wrote that for months he's had intrusive thoughts and that he felt the desire to kill. He disclosed that he never had those thoughts before, but he felt that he no longer had control over them. He pleaded to have an autopsy performed on him because he was convinced that there was something wrong with his brain. After this serial killer died, he was submitted to the autopsy. During the procedure, a tumor was found in his brain that was affecting his amygdala, the area of the brain responsible for emotional responses. It has been documented that this man had above average intelligence based on multiple academic test results. But despite this, his rationality could not control the imbalance that was occurring in his brain. It has been discussed and studied how suffering abandonment during a child's upbringing could lead them to develop multiple antisocial traits and later become dangerous to society. Although many murderers are judged by their actions, studying their past can reveal unknown factors that led these people to commit those crimes. If our decisions are nothing more than changes in our brain chemistry and not conscious decisions, this could mean that with medication and technology, we could change the structure of a person's brain and have them make decisions that they could have never have imagined. We could take a bright and empathetic person and transform him into a serial killer, or take a mass criminal and turn him into a modeled citizen. Tell me what you think. Are we really in control of our lives and decisions, or are we just simply spectators? Is every decision we make influenced by external factors, or are we the ones who decide our future? Thank you all for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe. And remember, assume nothing and question everything.